4th of August 2022. No access for vehicles conveying children to and from school. That's St Joseph's, Roman Catholic school. We walk to school. Aberdeen City Council. No access for vehicles. Dropping children off at school. Well, I mean, this is the summer holidays. It's still the summer holidays. 4th of August 2022. And it's Thursday. Well, the school's all shut up. Exercising of dogs within these grounds is prohibited. Oh, car park closed. Staff and disabled parking. Disabled parking? How many disabled bays does it have? They're advertising disabled parking. Private property, no parking. Except with the permission of the head teacher. So, this is the digital world now. Head teachers embracing email. Or you've got to email them before you turn up at school and ask if it's okay to park at the school to drop off your children. Well, this is the digital world. You've got to ask the head teacher. Well, that's St Joseph's, the Catholic school. No parking, except with the permission of the head teacher. So let's just have a look at these road markings. Now there's no disabled bays there. Where are these disabled bays? Oh, there's one here, painted yellow. Oh, just the one. There's not many car parking spaces actually. Well, there might be. Those over there, it's closed off. But there's still not that many. Also, St Joseph's School. There must be about... How many teachers are in... Well, this is quite a big building. How many teachers are in this school? There must be about 20 to 30. No. Well, there must be about 20. There's probably about primary 1 to 7. Each year group will have 2 classes possibly. So maybe 14, 15 teachers. Around 17 teachers maybe? 17 to 20. Well, there's all these support staff as well. The admin assistants, the cooks, the caterers. How many people work in a school? Maybe upwards of 30. Maybe I was right the first time around. Well, there's the cooks, the cleaners, the admin staff, the janitors, the teachers, the head teachers. Oh, visitor. Well, these spaces are for visitors. Look, clearly marked on the road. That's for visitor. So not much staff parking. How are the staff getting to St Joseph's School actually? Talking about car parking. In the city centre of Aberdeen. Is this the low emission zone? Came into effect 30th of May 2022. Well, it could be. It's by Queen's Cross roundabout. Oh, keep clear. The staff at the St Joseph Primary School have got ahead. Not many car parking spaces. I mean, today it's the 4th of August 2022, summer holidays, 7 weeks, but actually the teachers must be actually embracing active travel at St Joseph's Primary. I mean, the low emission zone did come into effect. Penalty notice charges, that's June 2024. Transport Scotland Act 2019. That came into effect in 2019. Well, it came into effect actually this year, end of May 2022. But the Scottish Parliament introduced it in 2019. Well, they're ahead. Visionaries, members of the Scottish Parliament. They've got to be ahead to see future events. Oh, they've been anticipating for a long time. I mean, these Scottish ministers, they really are visionaries. The Transport Scotland 2019 Act, carrying stipulations for low emission zone, low emission, electric vehicles, hydrogen, and active travel. And there's some bikes round here in the yellow box zone. Oh, caution, automatic gates. Automatic gates. It's got a padlock. Well, that really defeats the point of automatic. Automatic gates with a padlock. I mean, really. That's a garden for the pupils, I think. Like a playground. A playground with trees. This is St Joseph's Primary. Oh, it's environmental here. Environmental awareness at this school. Limited parking. Bikes. Oh, bikes in the summer holidays. 2 bikes. Ah, they are cycling to school, the teachers. At St Joseph's Primary. Oh, that's definitely, they're cycling to school. Because there's no cars here, actually. Not many car parking spaces. That's St Joseph's Primary in the city centre of Aberdeen. And actually, this has implications for teachers right across the whole city. Because if the teachers in the centre are cycling, the teachers at all the other schools, they need to embrace active travel too. This is only fair. You need to consider fairness, morals and ethics. I mean, actually, without people going round schools, teachers don't know what's happening at the other schools. Really. Video really shows what someone has witnessed. But teachers may also oppose video of schools. Oppose their school. Getting up in arms. But others really see what goes on. There's all these conflicts and disputes. Conflict. That's the basis for war. Another bus, actually. Queen's Road really is frequent with buses. Shared transport. And they're not all electric, but they're coming. Lots of electric buses in Aberdeen, going round the city. But there's a migration period. An old historic church opposite St Joseph's Primary School. St Joseph's, the Catholic school, it's opposite that historic church. This might be why it's sited here. I mean, go back, people used to ring bells at church spires. That was champing. Look at the spire of the steeple. And there's a weather vane on top. A weather vane with a compass. Now you get compasses into smartphones along with a gyroscope, an accelerometer. No, it's not a compass. It's a weather vane. Well, it's got west and east. It is a compass. W and E. W, as the French would say. E for echo. Well, that's computing. And actually, Pascal was French. That was computing education, computer programming, going back 20 years. And actually, it's still used, likely. Pascal, French. W, West. Echo. Echo in MS-DOS and Linux prints a text string into a file via a redirection operator, a greater than symbol. Anyway, this is St Joseph's Primary. Talking about what one's witnessing, synthesizing, observations. Video really shows what someone's witnessed. 10th of August 2022, it's around 8 AM. Early morning. Well, commuting time. Breakfast time. Breakfast time might be earlier if you're commuting. Around Mason Lodge. No sheep in the field. Several farms around West Hill. The National Farmers Union represents all the farmers. Aberdeenshire, big, rural, expansive area, lots of farms. And then there's Thainston Mart near Inverurie, where the cattle auctions take place. Livestock trading. So the farmers are going to come together from all over the region. They'll talk. It's this social chit-chat, this informal banter that goes unrecorded, that can influence a lot. And you've got to consider Aberdeen is the hub of the northeast of Scotland. It's the city that drives every other UK city. The engine room. Oil from the North Sea. Events always move forward, but actually, just standing here by Mason Lodge, it's early morning, it's cooler. When eagle-eyed birds soar downwards, their rate of descent is slowed by convection currents, warm air coming from the surface of the earth rising up. When it's warm, it might be harder to cycle. Warm air. This is global warming. Future transport needs need to be considered against the backdrop of global warming. So that's low emission, zero emission transport, electric vehicles, hydrogen that emit water vapour. You can hear the birds faintly. The birds struggle in the heat. Soaring downwards, the eagles, and they can fly fast, descend fast. To capture an eagle descending, you need to actually parachute. Humans do. No sheep in the field. This is Mason Lodge. The entrance to it. Aberdeen to Afford on the sign. Lorry coming. There is sheep just over a bit, near Elric. Oil fast. Oil Fast is the name of the tanker. The tanker at the junction. Oil Fast. The tanker at the junction. Oil Fast. Oil talks. Money talks. Just watching events pass. Events can pass by, but actually recording them, making people aware, that leads to more informed decisions. It might lead to innovation, spark brainwaves. And young people need to be clever, they need to be innovative. It needs to be happening in schools. Recorded learning, personal logs, learning journeys. And a teacher is responsible for, well, upwards maybe of 20 children. Teachers need to record personal learning journeys for them all. It's time consuming, difficult with the paperwork and jotters. So really, it's digital technology that makes it more efficient. And video really is much more efficient. Getting to grips with uploading and sharing, shooting video, getting it off smartphones. This is the work for the future, for now in the future, for teachers and schools right across the city of Aberdeen. Making events matter to young people. That's vital and important. And there's controversial issues that underline everything. Really controversial issues right throughout the care system. Most people might want to live. but then some need care more than others. And automation, advanced hydraulic technical systems, high tech. Traffic can be noisy. The high tech automated systems that can benefit the most severely disabled. Seeking to accommodate the most severely disabled will benefit everyone in the long term. Is this video making sense? It's actually quite quiet and peaceful along this road between the Carney roundabout and Mason Lodge, even though traffic can be quite noisy. That's actually linked to speed. You know, modern cars, the engine might cut out when they come to a standstill. That's fuel economy. It's also safety. The car cutting out. The engine cutting out protects a young person or an older person on a zebra crossing where there's no lights, just a beacon. And beacons now starting to be powered by solar energy at Kingswells Park and Ride. It's early morning. You got to get up at early morning during summer because it's cooler at the start of the day. How will people travel in future? By active travel? How are you going to do it during the heat of the day against the backdrop of global warming? This is the big point. The point that resonates at Mason Lodge. Who's putting a spotlight on Mason Lodge actually? The small hamlet of Mason Lodge. It's not even a town. There's hamlets all over the place. We communities of people. It's people that make a place. It's 4:20 on the 21st of June 2022. This is really Ferryhill Primary. It's school's out. And the flags are up. Flags are up. And there's a whole, it's an international really. International flags. This is Ferryhill Primary, which is near Bonaccord Street. Ferryhill Primary near Bonaccord Street. Why are flags up here? No response. Well, that's a teacher. She spotted me. There's no children. No children whatsoever. Just lots of flags. Celebration of international diversity. It's after school. School's out. No children. Are the police going to come again? What was the names of those officers outside Broomhill Primary? Well, they can come again, but there's no crime. Are they going to come again? If those police officers come again, that officer was getting really irate when there was really no crime. Some people don't have the patience for those with disabilities. I mean, if they come again, I'll cycle off. Put a police van versus a bike. You can weave through paths. It's better to engage with the police, but actually, really, if they want to keep harassing me, I've got those officers' names, their details. And that woman in the Woodies didn't give me her name, but I have the officers' names. I asked for her name to report her to the police. The police go on people in the vicinity of places. That's clear. Have schools put out an alert? But look, there's nobody here. Green fields. Well, they could put out another alert. That teacher in the field. I mean, really, if you pick on someone shooting video and talking on video, defending their actions, you're really setting yourself up in the long term for trouble. When videos are shared, there's actually significant green space by Ferryhill Primary. I think this is Ferryhill Primary. Yes, it is Ferryhill Primary, but actually it's near Bonaccord Street and Bonaccord Terrace Gardens. But actually there's flags here. When I asked, what are the flags up for? That woman walked into the car park. A teacher. She likely knows. All the schools know they're being captured in advance. That's advanced communications. Advanced communications, email, digital. I warned them all. Significant. And they've obviously put out an alert. It's a pleasant area, this. That man looked rough. Beard, hood up, going past Ferryhill Primary. But he didn't harm me. I mean, really, men are actually, they just go about their business on a day-to-day. It's really when they interact with women that aggression starts. But actually women can pick on people with disabilities. And some disabilities can be hidden. This is real life. Real life in Aberdeen around Ferryhill Primary. And now, go around schools shooting video and you meet the police. But actually I educated those police officers. I made him irate too, but he determined there was no crime. Telling him the facts, why did it make him irate? He noted down personal details and there was really no crime. No crime whatsoever. You know, you can't keep harassing people. The police only act on snippets of information. You know, a police van would really struggle to come through Bonaccord Crescent Gardens. This is Bonaccord Crescent Gardens, a bench for older people to sit out in, enjoy the warm summer days. You know, women are more likely to have social networks, big social networks, lots of friends. But how well do you really know your friends? Really? I was respectful of the women in the woodies, or capturing me on video. Respectful. But I mean, if they want to make an issue of this, there's a real good dialogue, a conversation about police harassment. The women, but actually there was a crime. A dog not on a lead. Dogs can kill children. I mean, really, these crimes don't get taken seriously until after a child's died, and actually then it's too late. That woman had... Actually, this doesn't go anywhere. The police really can trap you in a corner. You know, telling people about path networks can support active travel. Sometimes you've just got to walk across the park, which can be interesting. I mean, look at, we're into the trees, birds singing, calling loudly. Nice here at Bornicog Crescent Gardens, but actually this is the wrong way. No path across the park.